Alright, so now that you've completed your drawing, this is something that you want to remember, that you got this idea and you sketched it out in your notebook as a draft, and then you took those measurements and that drawing in your notebook and you created your final version of that sketch in Fusion. From here you can actually then create a final version of your orthographic sketch through Fusion 360. Okay, so this is a final copy document that Fusion 360 creates. So you can actually go straight from Fusion 360 from this document and actually make a separate file that has your orthographic sketch. So let me show you how to do that. So once you save this, then you go to the Design tab, go down to Drawing, and from Design, and notice how the whole block or whole design gets highlighted. Over here, you want the whole assembly, the full assembly, to be checked off. That's already by default checked. Make sure you don't change any of these. Then under units, this is going to be inches, right? Because we did inches for this. And then the sheet size, these are American or US customary, or English customary, I should say, settings for paper sizes. So this is portrait, 8.5 by 11. This is going to be landscape. So let's use the A, 11 inch by 8.5. Now when you do this for your other projects in millimeters, you're going to just choose A4 or A3, but make sure you choose the landscape because it'll help you to line up your views a little bit nicer when the paper is in landscape. So we're going to choose that and press OK and give it a few minutes here. It's just going to load it, and so it's taking this existing file and it's loading it onto a new document you'll see here, and it says it's untitled, and notice how it's a completely new setup, and it's actually now titling it with my name, and it has STEM 2019 as the project because that's the folder it's from. And then it actually also automatically has a piece that it looks like the cube, and it's attached to my mouse. When I move it, it follows it around. So I want to make sure that this is the base view. Now it says place base view on that mouse. It gives you a hint. So you want to make sure that this is the base view. So this looks like my front view. So I'm just going to place it down by just clicking down, and then I'm going to just press enter. And when I do that, now the outline of that object forms, and this does look like my sketch plane cube. Notice how that's the circle peg in front, there's the hole with the dotted line on top, and then there's the square peg on the side. So then from here I need to place my top view, my side view, and my isometric view. In order to do that, you can actually click on projected view, and that helps you to then get those views. If you messed up on your base view just now, this is messed up, then you could actually click it, delete it, and then you can click on base view again and drop it. Let's say it was too far to the left or something. You're going to drop it again and press enter, and then it drops it again. So let's go to projected view now. Click on that object, and if I go up on the projected view, notice how that shows the top view. So I'm going to click once to place that. So I'm like stamping it down. And I'm going to move it to the side for the side view. I'm going to stamp it down. There it goes, and then I'm going to move it diagonally, and hopefully that's the correct isometric view. Alright, so I'm going to place that. So once those are all placed, I don't want to place any more views, and I'm just going to press enter. And there we go. We have my front view, top view, and side view. And if I want to move this up, notice how the cool thing here is that they're all connected, right? Because these are projections. And so Fusion 360 knows that those have to line up to be an accurate drawing. So I'm just going to put it closer together like that. And so there's my sketch plane cube. Now, the next thing you have to do really quick is to show your dimensions. So we're going to go to the dimensions button. And since this is the front view with all the most detail, I'm going to just hover my mouse over those lines, and you'll see that numbers start to show up, right? And I could get those green squares to get those corners or edges, or right on the edge of that circle. If I hover around it, you'll see that it has a circle with a line through it that's diameter, and that's saying 1, so that's a 1-inch diameter circle. Remember, we put that in there before. So I'm just going to go ahead and start getting the bottom. Click once and then drag the unit down, and then place the dimension by clicking twice, and it solidifies as 2 inches. Go to the side here, click, and then move over and click place that dimension there. And so I'm going to just do these for all the dimensions that I can see in this view. So you'll see here this placement of that height is 1 inch, and then from here to here that thickness is about 1/2 an inch, and then I think I have most of my dimensions set. Now I could do the depth right here as well, but it's getting a little bit too busy, so I'm going to use this other view to show the depth of the hole. I'm just going to place it there. Okay, so that's just my choice. I'm just going to do it that way just because it's a little easier. I need to also show that this square peg is 1 inch, and then the base here is also 2 inches. Now we already know that from this, but since we've turned it to the side, it might be helpful to show that the depth of that cube is also 2 inches. The last thing we got to do is the top. I think the only thing we're missing is the hole. The hole's on the top, and this hole is a 1 inch diameter hole. And then if you wanted to show these pegs coming out 5.5 and this one coming out 0.5, you show those as well. So I think we're pretty much set. I think that's all we have to really do for this, and it's showing you the scale, it's showing you all the great important information, and then we got to make sure we save this. So we're going to click save, and then you're going to make sure it says your name, SPC. This is the drawing file. It'll save to the same location, so just press save. And then from here, since you want to turn this in as a PDF version, there's an output here that says PDF. So it's going to output it as a PDF document. It says all the sheets. You don't want to open the PDF because you don't really need to. Just want the file. So we're going to press OK, and it's going to ask, where do you want to save it? So I'm going to save it to my desktop, and here we go. So I've saved it, and it showed up on my desktop. I'm just going to pull that document over to show you that it's right here. So there's my PDF document. I'm just going to open it up from my laptop here and slide over the preview, and you'll see here that yes, this is the final version. It's really professional in how it's made. Actually, this is the old one. This is the one from last year. Let me get the other one that I actually just made. So this is the one that I just made. Here it is. So this is the one that I just put together, and you'll see that it looks really professional in how it's laid out. All your dimensions are listed, and it's giving me a chance to double check my work and make sure that all the dimensions that I had set for my design is correct. So this is a good practice. This is something that you want to make sure you understand how to do for future projects. So please watch this video for future reference and to help you to get all the necessary information on your orthographic sketches to turn in for your final designs on Fusion 360. All right, hope that helps. Thanks a lot. Have a nice day.